Hi everyone, it's 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓𝗖𝗓 here, and today I'm going to be talking about how the body keeps score. And this is just not a saying, this is real. Before my cancer diagnosis, I wasn't like unwell, as in like I didn't have anything major going on with me, okay? So I was just like going to work every day. I had barely any sick days, but there was some niggling things happening over and over again that it didn't really happen to me before. Okay, things like I hurt my back doing something with my bike. I had never had back problems, but I thought it was like, well, I hurt my back because I did this thing with my bike, and then I have to go to the physio for like 6 weeks. I could barely move for like 2 days. It was like really weird because I had never had any problems with my back. Okay, so then after that, things like, I have a headache. I never used to get headaches, so those little things, would just come, and I would be like, where is this coming from? I've never had a headache before, like, it's just crazy. And then it would be things like, I can't sleep like deeply like before, like, why is my sleep so interrupted like for no reason, and I keep waking up. And again, I had always been a good sleeper. Even after kids, I was always able to fall asleep. I was always tired, and I would go, I would sleep through the night. And, and again, I would just tell myself, it's just, I don't know, age or something, or, like maybe, this is, how things are going to be, and those little things started compounding. There's a lot of people that ask me, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓𝗓, did you have anything like crazy going on with you, before the diagnosis? My blood test results, there was only one issue with it, which was I was iron deficient, which again, was very, normal for somebody who had a very heavy periods every month. And, most doctors would go, okay, well, let's put you on an iron tablet. Because every month, you are losing all this blood. So, again, it wasn't, and I know now that looking back, this was a very important sign, because, of course, I was taking the iron tablets, I was losing the blood, but, the tumor inside my bowel was also making me lose blood. The doctors didn't know that there is a lot of women that get diagnosed with stage 3, 4 bowel cancer for that reason, because as a woman, when we are iron deficient, it's very, easy to look at as, being caused by the period. So no fault of the doctors or anyone. This is how it is, like they don't, doctors can't put everybody through, the colonoscopy or the with bowel cancer, even if you do a CT scan, which I did when I went to emergency, it can't really give you anything because the cancer can be inside the bowel. So you actually need to go inside. It's just that the way that, after they scanned my bowel looked, it was a little bit, strange, but I'm not going to get into the details of this in this video, but I'm just trying to really exemplify here, like the little signs that my body was giving me, that it would be seen by anyone as completely normal, right? I was tired, that was the only kind of thing that I could say. It was just like screaming at me. I was exhausted, like beyond exhaustion, okay? Like on a Saturday, I would be like, I hope my kids want to watch a video so I can just pass out on the sofa. And I would just literally pass out to the point that when I would wake up, I didn't even know where I was. Again, I never experienced that. It was in the middle of the afternoon, like waking up and not knowing where I was. I was in my house. All of those little things, started compounding. And towards the end of, I was diagnosed in April, like 3 months before my diagnosis, when I stopped taking the iron tablets, because I started feeling some bowel movement changes, which this is a sign of, this can be a sign of, I'm not saying this can be a sign of, bowel cancer. It can also be a sign of ovarian cancer, or this can just be a sign of, your gut having issues, So again, it wasn't like crazy, like something that, the world would shut down for. But it wasn't until about 2 months before my diagnosis that I actually had some bleeding. Okay. But, all of those symptoms, but I was going, think about, I was fully functioning. I was going to work every day. I wasn't having, sick days. I was being able to push myself through it. Okay. I'm not saying this with pride. When I look back, I have a load of compassion for that old version of myself, because I was just really on the road to death, and I was still pushing through it. I was still trying to find a way to keep going, because I thought I didn't have another way, until, of course, the dairy diagnosis stopped me. And it was very much needed for me to have had that, stop, you can't do this anymore. But what I'm trying to say to you here is that, our bodies are very, very intelligent. And it might not be, screaming at you with a diagnosis like mine, but there is lots of things that happen before then that you can attend to, that you can do something about it, that it can make you change your life, okay? Little things. And even if I go back 4 years before my diagnosis, I had pre-diabetes with my second child. Again, I just overlooked all of it. I overlooked all of it because I looked like this. I wasn't kind of overweight. I wasn't, really like, I didn't have any other health issues, so I thought, it just happened, no problem, I'll just take the pills, because I did at the time. I'll just have my kid and then I'll go back to normal again. Those little signs that the body start giving to us, they are important. They are not there for, no reason, or just take a pill and, everything is going to go away. With the headache, I took a pill and it went away for that day, but there was a sign. With the iron deficiency, there was a sign there. Yes, I took iron tablets, but there was a sign. With every little thing, the body was, starting to tell us something. Something is not right here. And it's up to us to stop and going, okay, what's going on here? Go to the doctor, check your blood test, just make sure that everything's okay. Something might come up on the blood test as easily, that you can correct. Something that people don't check these days is like vitamin D. You can easily correct that if you're deficient, and that can affect your immune system massively. Something that, it can be corrected. But, if you don't attend to it, or, it might be that you have, an issue with, like I had, pre-diabetes, like it was a gestational diabetes, but I was in now I am in the a high chance of developing diabetes because I had gestational diabetes. Okay. So there is so many things that you can do before that dairy diagnosis. This is my message for you today here. Don't ignore the signs that your body are giving you, because they are important. They are not there for no reason or for nothing. Something is going on, and you don't have to go crazy about it, but just do your due diligence. Just go and check things out, and don't just, take the pill and think that everything is gone, because especially if the things keep persisting, like for me. It was I felt like one thing after another, to the point that my intuition, said to me, Angelica, like, you've never been sick like this all the time. Like, what's going on? I was taking like vitamin C. I was taking like all the, I was taking 6 supplements. I don't take any supplements anymore because I eat well, I exercise. I do a lot of things to support my body. And I think if you're doing those things, unless there is a deficiency, you don't need to take any supplements. Okay, in my case, it works. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying here that you should follow the same recipe as I do. But what I'm saying here is I was taking all the supplements and it still did not work. So, if you are going through, catching a cold all the time and a cough and more antibiotics and a pain here that you've never had, a pain there, really stop and attend to it, and check in with you, what's going on? What can I do to support my health? What can I do to support my body? If you are interested in changing your habits in small steps, changing habits for the long term, I do have a course which is change your habits, change your life, which so many people have benefit from. Easy things that you can do on a daily basis, that it can start to get you on this health journey to create this long-term wellness and feeling of like bliss and health on the inside and out. Hopefully this is helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to share this video with somebody that might need to listen to this message, please share away. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.